second chapter of Class 7 History, and the name of the chapter is New Kings and Kingdoms. In the history of the world, almost everywhere, there have been times in the history when there have been no strong central authority, when there has not been a powerful empire in the country. And due to this, there have been emergence of small kingdoms in the country. One such phase of Indian history is the period after the 7th century. It was a period when small kingdoms started emerging at various areas in India. And the emergence of these kingdoms was because of this particular factor. And the factor was that the new landlords and the chiefs, they had become big and powerful. That is why the king started acknowledging them as their samanta or the subordinate. Slowly, these landlords and the chiefs started gaining more and more power in the kingdom. They performed various functions, but the important ones were to give gifts to the king every now and then, to be present in all the important meetings, and also to provide military support whenever it was required. Now slowly these lords or the chiefs, which were called samantas, became so powerful that they started calling themselves as Mahasamantas or Mahamandaleshwar, which means the master of the region or the circle. Now, slowly they became so powerful that they sometimes became independent of the king. One such example is of a Rashtrakuta kingdom. Actually, the Rashtrakutas in the beginning were subordinate of the Chalukyas of Karnataka. So, these Rashtrakutas who belonged to Deccan were initially the subordinate of the Chalukyas of Karnataka. And one of the Rashtrakuta chief named Danti Durge became independent of the Chalukyas. He overthrew them and performed the Hirne Garbha, which means the golden womb. It was a sacrifice made so that any person, any individual could take rebirth as a Kshatriya. So the sacrificer, even though he was not a Kshatriya by birth, became a Kshatriya once he performed the Hirne Garbha. This was done by all the Brahmins, lords, chiefs, merchants who had become the ruling class and were not Kshatriyas by birth.